This is always a normal sight for game day preps on any college football field. This isn't. But not playing home football games at AMON Carter Stadium was not an option for TCU this year, despite being in the middle of a multi-million-dollar stadium renovation.
This is our house, and the kids want to protect the Carter, as they call it, and really we looked around at other facilities, and geographically there weren't many options to us. So we had to figure out how we were going to do it and stay right here in Fort Worth, and it's worked out quite well.
Come game week, TCU officials have to condense about a week's worth of game day preparations into about 12 hours. So this is how it all goes down. At the end of the week, construction crews begin cleaning up so TCU officials can take over.
Basically, Friday is allowed for cleanup, putting gates, partitions in, making sure the signage is checked, temporary lights, sound checks.
We're moving 100 porta potties in. We're moving in temporary concession stands. We've got a temporary visitors locker room that we're using. Plus, more than half the stadium on game days is running on temporary power. So we're running on these gigantic generators like you'd see being run to run a rock concert. And so those things fire up about 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and away we go.
Every home game, TCU has to apply for a new TCO, which is a temporary certificate of occupancy. It's a permit that ensures this ongoing construction site is safe for the fans each and every home game. Even though construction comes to a halt during a game, crews are still around just in case they're needed.
We'll have between 20 and 30 assorted trades, electricians, plumbers, our own labor trades, our own management people, just in case something isn't working.
And after a game, it's then time to turn this all back into a working construction site. That means all the temporary fixtures are taken away until the next home game. And that word temporary is a big part of everyone's vocabulary around here. And trust me, they'll all be glad to replace temporary with permanent.
It's going to be wonderful. We may be temporary up until the night before that first game.
As if all this construction wasn't enough, demolition of the east side will begin on December 12th. But that's a much smaller project.
The great thing about working on the east side is we've basically already done it in the north end zone. So we have that model home already built. We just have to transfer it to the east, and it'll all be during the off season.
So when the 2012 season begins, all the construction is expected to be complete. No more orange and yellow mixed in with purple and white. In Fort Worth, for The Mountain, I'm Amanda Mazey.